Hey everybody, this is my second time making this video now because some stupid asshole won't stop calling me on Instagram and won't, for some reason, he continues to keep calling me. I hate when people fucking do that. When they keep fucking calling you, you keep on hanging up on them and they think that if they just keep on calling, you're gonna pick up and be in a good mood when they do it. Fucking idiot, right? So anyways, this is about all of my, not all of my, but like a couple of my tricks that I use that aren't really guitar playing. For example, this is guitar playing. Right? Like melodic, cool shit. But there's also this kind of shit. It's like sticking a lot of notes in just to stick a whole bunch of fucking notes in, which I love to do as well. Okay? So there's a balance between these things. You don't do that all the fucking time, and you kind of just put it at the end of your solos or at the end of songs and shit. These are things that I use primarily to get tips. Okay, so let's just start with this. Let's say key of E. Everything will be in the key of E just because. So I go 1. We're digging it out. And that usually works, but then the second half of the trick is this. There's 3 parts to this trick, so that was the second part. What I do is I just hold down on the 12th fret with my middle finger if it's in the key of E, and then with these 2 fingers, I'm just going. Which is pretty much the same as doing this. Which is like a tap that everyone knows how to do. You can even do it with one hand. Right? But the point is, the point is not making a whole bunch of cool sounding notes. The whole point is it looks cool. And it has a bunch of cool sounding notes. And I just chromatically move my finger down to the 1st fret and then off at 0, and that is where we end the phrase. So. Bam, 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 bam. So it makes it sound like it's moving a lot. We're just moving the root note of the whole thing. You hear that in that sequence? It's not just like it's like and that's all it is. It's just moving that down. Okay. Now the third part of that is once it reaches the fucking E and we go on there, we bring our hand over to this part, right? So I'm just gonna do it real quickly. And now I'm gonna be doing the solo one-handed, right? So people think that I'm doing something with this, like it's acting like a capo, but it's really not. It's just muting the strings, because I'm going to be frantically going like this. Okay, all that was just like this shit. So it's just like, you know, it's the same pattern, right? It's the same, like, basic one string skip, but done with one hand. And I move the same pattern all the way down. Resolve on E. What I like to do as well is when I do that trick, and then I come back to it a little bit later in the night. I do the beer bottle slide, right? I play this with the beer bottle, but I take the guitar off and I put it on the table of who I think will tip the most, or the prettiest girl, depends. And I put that on there, and I play the beer bottle slide while standing up and shit. And I don't have a beer bottle with me right now, and I don't feel like doing that, because I'm sure you've seen someone do that before or have tried it yourselves if you are a guitar player. And then the second part of that trick is I get the girl who's there, or the guy who I think is going to tip the most, and I get her or him to put their hand like this, or like one finger or something like that, right? And again, this just mutes the strings. People think that it does something else, right? Like they're using it like the human capo thing, like no, I'm not. We're not barring, and because like we know, well, I understand that most people that are coming to the bar don't play guitar, and even those who do, some of them might not understand the whole fundamentals of the human capo tapping thing. So they might not even be able to hold down all 6 strings to pull that off. So with that in mind, I just want them to hold the fucking thing and make it look like they are being involved with the show. And when they do that, I just come by and I just do this. But I have another hand free if the girl's holding the thing. So then I can do the tappy thing. Or whatever, right? Like, don't do these things. Right? Like some weird shit, like all the way up here even. And that just makes them more involved with the show, and I'm gonna get tipped more. That's all it is. And like playing behind the head, I hurt my neck the other day, so I don't really want to do that right now, but you just mark where you are. The trick is either using your ear or just fucking hold the E the whole time when you put it up there, because then at least you know where your scale is, and then you can just dick around from there. You really only need to know where 2 notes are to do the behind the head thing, right? Because you can shred behind the head and do like, but really what looks coolest is that's it, right? Don't get caught up in your guitar player head with the whole what notes am I playing, how can I make this as complicated as possible thing, because when you're getting to the point where you're just doing it to show off, like playing behind your head and shit, then those notes really don't matter. What matters most is that you look cool playing behind your head, okay? That's all it is. Same with all these fucking silly tricks and shit. It just means that you look cool. I also play with a power drill. What else do I do? I can play with my belt. I whip my guitar with my belt, take it off, and do that. I haven't done that in like 4 years, but I've done that in the past. You can play with the bra, play with the drumstick. You can do all sorts of these weird fucking things. You can use your cell phone and record something, and then have it being played back through the amp. Here, let's try this right now. Let's go here, and we'll press video and go. You stupid motherfucker. You stupid fuck you. Right? And then we'll go right here. Turn up all the way. You stupid motherfucker. You stupid fuck you. Right? So that's pretty neat, right? Because your guitar, your pickups, pick up sound. That's how this works. You know? So like when you go like that, you hear it. When you go like that, you hear that. So anything you put on top of this, like a speaker or a power drill or anything that's actually loud and has some kind of, that can be amplified, it works. It's some of them even work like this, where you can talk into it and it's a little microphonic, right? Mine are not super microphonic because they're newer pickups. But some of the older ones, especially ones that aren't shielded properly, you can just directly speak into it and it sounds like a megaphone. And that's what that is, right? So yeah, this is not a guitar instructional video whatsoever. There's hundreds, thousands of other fucking videos that will actually tell you how to sweep pick properly and all this shit and do like... I'm not gonna do that. You can find other people to fucking do that. You should go to Chris Jurgensen. He's a good teacher. He'll teach you stuff about things with notes and modes and scales and a bunch of boring, nerdy shit. I will just show you how to do silly shit like this. Right on. Hope that helps. Rock on.